We motherfucking live in the trenches of Philly, you hear me? Yeah, yeah. The boxing world, I ain't gonna say it. It ain't starting to feel like the 90s yet. Know what I mean? It ain't starting to feel like the 90s yet. But you know, we got Dev and Ryan. First we had T.O. with Jermaine Ortiz. T.O. won that fight. Now we got Ryan and Dev. This is a 50-50 fight right here. Ryan and Dev is a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Why I say that? Because Dev legs ain't that strong unless Snack's helping him. Ryan Garcia a little chinny, but he can hit, and Dev ain't got a chin. You know, well, Dev got a little chin because he hold that shit. It's just his legs. That's the only problem was with me was Dev's legs, and the only problem with me was Dev. Like, Dev, just do you. You like, you're a boxer, bro. Stop trying to do you. You know, but this fight right here, we're gonna have to see it. You know, people watching what he did to Regis. Nigga, that's Regis. I can do the same shit to Regis. You know, Regis just, I don't know what the fuck happened to Regis after he turned pro, because in the amateurs, he reminded me a little like Tyson and a little Sean Porter a little bit. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. He came back with this Joe Louis style. I was like, God damn, what the fuck happened to Regis? And we got Tank versus the Ghost. Both of them southpaw. This grudge match, this rivalry extends from a sparring session. A main sparring session, so hopefully we get to see how all this transpiring and what it do, baby. You know, that's what I would like to see. And I hope it go. I hope it don't pop. I hope it go. And the world get to see, you know, Tank first time fighting a black fighter on TV that we see. You know what I mean? First time fighting a black person we see on TV. You know, I laugh at that because we all Tainos. You know what I mean? That's why I laugh. Like, yo, everybody from the Americans are Taino Indians, man. And the word Taino that I know of is called the Copper people. That's why when you see our complexions, we this color, some a little like super fucking dark that y'all gonna label them black. Then you got some that's albino, but you can see the copper in them. That's neither here or there. I ain't come to give you motherfuckers history. I'm gonna give you history. I'm gonna give you history on boxing and to bring that shit back. We have after that, yo, it's just a lot of fights coming up. You know, just the particular fights I'm focused on. The Devin Garcia, Haney Garcia, Davis Martin, Ennis Crowley. You know, whoever Canelo gonna face, if it's gonna be an American, if it's gonna be an American, it's all right. He could fight Berlanga. He could definitely fight Berlanga right now. But we gotta get boxing back to everybody fighting the top 10. The top 10 fight the top 10. And the top 20 fight from the top 20 to the top 10 to earn that 10 spot to go up. You know, we got to bring boxing back. And the only people that can bring it back is us, the fans. All right, we're going to come support you. We're going to fuck with you. We're going to rock with you. But soon you try to play us, we gone. Get the fuck up out of here. We ain't trying to hear none of that shit. I mean, we gone. We out of here. We ain't trying to hear none of that shit. We the ones that buy the tickets. We the ones that purchase the pay-per-views. And this the shit people got to understand. Because when I was growing up, it was all about what the fans wanted. Why? Because the fans the ones that bought the pay-per-views and all that. And I watched people come out to my people be stealing. Nigga, the chip box was out back in the day. There wasn't no streaming, none of that shit. Just was the chip box, the Comcast chip box, channel 82. 82, you watch all the pay-per-view fights. And when the pay-per-view fights ain't on, you watching all porn. Like, we gonna keep that shit 100, bro. You know what I mean? And those was the best days. And the reason I say it was the best days, because all the best fighters fought each other. They ain't give a fuck about none of that zero shit. They ain't care about that donut. Why? Because an L is just a lesson learned. You know what I mean? It's a valuable lesson learned. And that's the shit that this generation need to understand. That's why I'm respecting Ryan. I'm respecting Ryan. He got his. He came back. But the key thing is about when you take a loss, how you come back. And I respect Tio and I respect Canelo. You know, Tio came back. He was he was undisputed. You know, one over there. Gambosa showed something that nobody ain't showed. You know, and he was gonna get robbed anyway, but he dropped the fighter. So Australian judges, especially people that don't like Tio, they're gonna make sure that shit ain't happen. That's why I'm mad Tio signed back with Top Rank, cause I could have like, bro, you could at least went to motherfucking PBC or something. Know what I mean? Or started your own shit. But yeah, then you got Eddie Hearn. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. See, one thing I like about Eddie, he give people chances. He give them an opportunity to display their talent. You seen Tevin Farmer. You know, Tevin Farmer came in the game back with 5 losses. You know, some of them losses was controversial losses. But he gained a belt. But the only thing I was mad at, what happened to his rematch clause? You know what I mean? So I seen like it's like the NBA for LeBron James. Everything is key to the Dev. You know that, all right, we're gonna throw this oop up the Dev. Or once Dev get it, oh, you ain't this. How once with Tio the Super WBC? Like, what the fuck you niggas talking about? That nigga undisputed 2 times. No, I'm just calling it like I see it because I know boxing. I've been watching boxing since the fucking 80s. To get a lineal champion, you gotta beat the guy that beat all the guys that cleared up the division. To get the lineal champion, you gotta be undisputed. You just can't fight for a lineal champion. You gotta be undisputed, and that's why Josh Taylor, he was always undisputed. Now, I mean, we all know that when he fought, he became undisputed. So when Tito came up to 140 and beat the biggest guy, he became 2-time undisputed. But they didn't want to give that to him. Or they didn't want to give that shit to Clarissa Shields. Shout out Clarissa Shields for being 2-time undisputed for like 2-3 fucking years. Now, I mean, they ain't even want to give that girl no type of credit. You feel me? Like, yo, this is how I look at it. I might say cab drivers and all that, but them cab drivers might whoop my ass. You know what I mean? But it's hard work and dedication to go train for 3 months, 6 months, however much you motherfucking train and put it together. But a lot of shit that I see in training, when I be looking at people like, yo, y'all doing all this P90X shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you going 12 rounds. That's why y'all be flabbergasted by the 3rd, 4th round, because y'all doing all this extra, all that shit y'all doing is for you to build muscle. You know? I know, because we started it in prison. We started that P90X shit in prison. No, and that's why I tell people, a prison built and a gym built is different. Why? Because the gym built, you taking creatine, you taking all that shit out here. A prison built, we ain't taking none of that shit. We just, this shit for real. We the big gorillas, you understand me? We the big gorillas. And we punching holes through niggas' heads, you know what I mean? But that's what I want to teach people. Like, yo, y'all gotta do better as people, man. Because there's too many robot fanboys in the comments always talking shit. No, and I always hate the sense, oh, what did they do for the sport? He not ready. How a person ain't ready if a motherfucker got 31 wins? No losses. How a person ain't ready if they got 25 wins? No losses. How a person ain't ready if they your mandatory? If a motherfucker your mandatory, how a nigga, fuck what the fans say, how a nigga ain't your man, how a nigga ain't ready when he's your mandatory? We watch him put in all the work. You know? And that's the shit I hate and I get mad about, because I be like, yo, how the fuck? Like, yo, this ducking shit crazy, man. This ducking shit crazy. You know, and me, I always say Floyd caused this shit, but no, Floyd did this shit for him for a reason. You understand? Like, he found out, you know, it's just like this music shit that I'm trying to find out. He found out, like, oh, fighters getting paid this? So you mean to tell me they just offer you this much money? They just offer you $10 fucking million, $20 million, and you only giving me 500,000 or 750,000 or 750,000? My bad, y'all. Like, come on, make it make sense. So when he got the opportunity and chance, what he do? He saved his money, bought himself out of his contract. Soon he bought himself out of his contract. Then he started to see that 3 million, that 6 million, that 10 million. Once he started gaining that, that's when in the early 2000s, once he bought his own contract, he became money made. Pretty Boy fought it, everybody. But you got to remember, the 130, 135 division, it wasn't like that. It was 140, 147, and really all cruiserweights, well, heavyweights and shit was the big things in the 80s and 90s. So Floyd started making his name. Man, Freddie, all them niggas. He fought all them niggas. But the fighters back then was built a little different from these fighters back these days. But it would have been a hell of a competition to see half of these fighters go back then to fight the fighters back then. I would have loved to see it. You know, I would have loved to see Pacquiao in his prime fighting the Tank. I ain't fighting it. The Tank would have been crazy. 135 of Pernell Whitaker fighting motherfucking Shakur Stevenson or something, you know? We gotta make these fights happen, y'all. We gotta make these motherfucking fights happen. What I mean by these fights happen is by motherfuckers. I ain't talking about the old fights. I'm talking about these new fights. Niggas starting to do it. We're gonna see what Killer Core do. We're gonna see what Killer Core do. Hopefully Killer Core hopefully that motherfucker come to fight. And if you come to fight, that'll be what's up. You know, you always got people. This is one thing I learned about the world of this generation. It's soft. That shit's soft. You got too many people that ain't cut like that or built like that trying to play somebody they ain't. Or trying to be somebody they ain't. You got everybody. You got everybody like talking about the money, but you got to get the belt. You see, back then it wasn't even nothing like that. Like once you get into the top 20 range, then the top 15, then the top 10, you was earning money. You understand? You earn the money. Why? Because people coming to see you. You gain fans, and that's the key thing about boxing. It's not about fans no more, bro. It's about a following that's fake. You understand? Fans gonna bring everybody out. Fans gonna purchase the tickets. Fans gonna purchase the pay-per-views. Fans gonna purchase the merch. A following that you have on Instagram and you got 10 million followers, but when you come up, that 10 million ain't doing the same thing. They ain't coming to support you at all. You probably got like 1 million or 2 million coming. Why? Because those your real fans. Those your real cool fans. Everything else is just fake. But people gonna understand, you know. And one thing I tell people, you can go on YouTube and look at old fights and clips. You had to be there to feel the shit. You had to be there to feel the attention. You had to be alive to understand like what type of fight them fights was. You had to be alive to understand. You seen a lot of fighters run from fighters and duck. You had to be alive to watch motherfuckers dive, take a dive in a fight, throw a fight. You had to be alive to watch motherfucker gloves be loaded. Because when gloves are loaded, they bust. And that's why I always say to Terrence Crawford, like, bro, why your gloves always bust, nigga? Your gloves always bust. Like, you can't make this shit up. His gloves always bust, and I don't understand it. Me personally, I really don't. You know, and like Victor Conte, I don't know how the fuck Victor Conte come back into into sports in general, especially boxing, baseball or football or track or whatever, because everybody know what he is. Diabolical, we all know what he is. People can say, oh, listen, once a cheater, always a cheater. When I was a kid, I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Like right now, I really had to stop that shit. I really had to, you know, when I was young, so you know how you sell drugs, you get caught with guns, get caught with guns, all types of crazy shit. And then you go to jail, then you pray like I'm gonna stop this, then you come back out and do the same shit. Bro, he went to jail one time, did 6 months, he came back out and did the same shit. Anything that enhance your performance is PEDs. And that's what I'm not understanding. But these people are like, yo, how the fuck? This shit ain't PEDs. How the fuck y'all let this guy come back in? But I don't know. I guess it's just my opinion, you know? So I'm gonna leave it as that, man. But until then, man, I need people to wake the motherfucker up. And we got to take control. Like it's like the Constitution. We the people control America. We vote these government officials in to work for us. So it's just like the fighters. We pay y'all. We pay y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't pay us. We fill up them seats. Y'all don't buy them seats for us. Y'all don't buy our pay-per-views. Nah, man. So let the promotional company know it's us, motherfucking nobody else. At the end of the day, let's get it. Hashtag WTG podcast. What's the goal? You understand me? Let's get it. 1-3.